Lads, it's been a while since we've done an objective guide. Today we're going to be looking at ones to watch Richarlison to kickstart FIFA 23. If you guys don't know, last year with ones to watch cards, and it's working very similar this year, depending on how Tottenham perform, and I believe it might be 3 wins out of your next 7 games, I think, which obviously Tottenham should get, right? Let's hope that doesn't happen against Arsenal tomorrow. But nonetheless, I'm pretty sure this card will get an upgrade, and it would put him to an 83, I believe. It would put him to like an inform boost, right? Obviously then if Richarlison was to get a man of the match or an inform, then it would upgrade again. Very good at Premier League striker in game, I've heard. 5-star weak foot as well. In my opinion, this is a massive W from EA, so let's get into it. So first of all, you've got score using Premier League players in 12 separate matches in the live FUT Friendly Continental Links, which we'll go ahead and have a look at the Continental Links friendly game mode shortly. Welcome to North London is assist 2 goals with crosses using Premier League players in the live FUT Friendly, once again Continental Links. Now the best way to score from a cross, I mean, once again, by the way, I will get an example on the screen shortly. Just to clarify, this can be any type or variation of cross. Doesn't have to be a normal cross, it could be a low driven, it could be an early timed cross like L1 plus cross, so it could be something like that. It could be an outside of the foot shot cross. It does not have to be a traditional cross. As long as you are pressing square, which is a button to cross a ball, it will count. But here's an example. To assist with a cross, it is very simple. All you have to do is get into the right position and press square on PlayStation, or it would be X if you are on Xbox, and it will perform a cross. Now, whether you score from that cross with a header, with a volley, whatever, just make sure you score from it with your first touch. Score 5 finesse goals in a live FUT Friendly. Here's an example on a finesse goal. To score a finesse shot, all you have to do is press down on the right bumper plus shoot. So R1 plus circle if you are on PlayStation, RB plus B if you are on Xbox. Very self-explanatory. Obviously, whilst pressing this, you are going to want to aim in the direction you want to shoot the ball. And win 6 matches, relatively self-explanatory. Let's get into the live FUT Friendly, show you guys how it works, and then what we'll do is we will build up a cheap under 15,000 coin team that you guys can use for this objective. So obviously go over to friendlies, and if we have a look, Continental Links, let me just start. I was gonna say I have to move my webcam, I'll kind of move it over here a little bit. As you can see, the rules is a classic match like any other match. The requirements, Premier League players, you need at least 3 Premier League players in your starting 11, and at most 1 loan. Very self-explanatory, so I'm going to build you guys up a cheap team that you can use. For the squad builder, we are going to be using the 4-3-3 formation, simply because you need to score crosses, and with the right wing and left wing, and then try to get finesse goals with your striker could be a very viable option, but you need to try score crosses, remember, so I feel like having a winger formation is very, very important. Right, so this is a team we have come up with. It should cost you around that 15,000 coin mark. Obviously, you want to search your club for some Premier League players. In my opinion, it is very important that your front 3 is Premier League, that's it. You need at least 3 Premier League players to play the live FUT Friendly, but I do think your front 3, your left wing, right wing, and striker, you want them to be Premier League because you need 1 crosses and you also need some goals, right? Now, I don't think you actually need specifically Premier League goals, but I'm pretty sure, if I do remember saying it correctly, you need to assist a cross with a Premier League player. Therefore, you are going to need to use Kulusevski or Pulisic to get those crosses in, right? Now, with Pulisic and Kulusevski, and I will go through these players' names all shortly, and I'll click on it so you guys can pause it if you want. Now, with them, these guys are the most budget wingers. If you're on a little bit more of a budget, you've got maybe Adama Traore, left wing, you've got like a Luis Diaz. I'm trying to think the other left wing I saw. You got Gold Rashford, but he's obviously quite expensive. Obviously, if you've done play everyone for Rashford, you just basically want to get your best Premier League players. This squad builder is for those of you that do not have one. But the reason we've actually gone for Pulisic, right, his crossing isn't great of 74, but he is just literally the cheapest left wing that was still usable, right? 4-star, 4-star, good pace, okay shooting, okay passing, good dribbling, good pace, good dribbling, kind of what you need for a winger. Now, our striker, we have gone for Emmanuel Dennis, and it was between him or Patson Daka, but we did lean towards Emmanuel Dennis just because of that 4-star skill moves. Daka is 3-star, but also 90 agility, very fast, 94 jumping as well. I really do like the look of this card, especially to use in a FUT Friendly. Now Kulusevski, the second cheapest right wing option. Obviously you could use right mids and position modify them, but I do not want to make it too complicated, so we've gone for Kulusevski. Now he's 4-star skill moves, but he's got 83 crossing, so I feel like trying to get a cross with Kulusevski and then target Dennis or something in the box will be the way to go. Now the midfield free is going to be Oxlade-Chamberlain, it's going to be Mwepu, who is 2,000 coins, and it's going to be Aribo, is that how you pronounce it, who is 1,000 coins on the dot. So that midfield is roughly 6,000 coins, the attack is roughly maybe 5,000 coins. Now on the defense, we have switched it up a little bit. We've obviously got the 6 Premier League players, and we've gone for the midfield and attack side of it as Premier League, because of other players that will be getting involved. You need goals with Premier League players, you need crosses, so that just makes sense. For the defense, as I said, we went Liga Portugal because I do think this is an absolute bang for your buck. You've got Sanusi, I'm terrible with names, lads, if you couldn't tell, right? But he's 6 foot high. His dribbling's not crazy, but he's got good pace, and that's kind of all you need as a fullback. We've got Pepe starting at centre back, who looks very solid, alongside Gonzalo and Iasho. Now, okay, I've butchered that one as well, haven't I? Now, this card is only 1,000 coins, which is why I did go for the Liga Portugal, the Portuguese league, for the defense, because you can get a brilliant bang for your buck, basically. Right back is Alexander Bar, and in net we have gone for, I'm not going to try pronounce that name. I'm not even going to attempt it. But he has got the saves with feet trade, right? So this is a team that we will use. Now let's get into some tips. Now the first tip, lads, is use your subs. You can make up to 5 subs this year, so you can get your main team players. If you've got maybe a good La Liga team, you can get those players on the subs. Now beware, you can only have maximum 1 loan player, and if you do have a very nice Premier League loan player, it would probably pay to actually use him in your starting 11. For example, Heung-min Son, you would be able to play at left wing like this. So obviously if you do have this loan Heung-min Son, if you haven't used his loans yet, I believe if you got the Ultimate Edition, you got the Son card, then make sure to make use of him. But I know lots of you guys won't have them, so for the example, we'll send him away. But you're going to want to search your club, just simply search high to low and get your best players on the bench, alright? If you've got a loan Mbappe, you can sub him on. I believe friendly loans do not count either. But you've got Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo, by the way. So I just got to flex it. I'm sorry, ignore the goals and assists. We were doing the 500 goals for the 100k. I had to flex it, I'm sorry. But you guys get the point, right? Get your best players on the bench. You can make up to 5 substitutions. Just make sure you do not go over that 1 loan player limit, and you'll be absolutely fine. Alaba's a nice loan, and Walker as well would be a nice, not a loan, sorry, nice sub to have. So that leads me into tip number 2, which is going to be chemistry styles. Now I'm going to flick on over to Footbin here. If you guys want the link for them, their links will be in the description. But with Footbin, what we're going to be looking at is a chemistry, right? So I'm going to use as an example, I'm going to take Dennis as an example, right? Because I said I like the look of him. I think he looks like a very cheap beast. 750 coins is once again absolutely beautiful. Now as you can see, right, if you can play him on full chemistry, which if you're copying the team, he is on full chemistry. He gets 1 chemistry point from Aribo, the fellow Nigerian in the squad, but he also gets a 2nd chem point for the fact that we've got at least 5 Premier League players. He gets another 2 points. Therefore, Dennis will be, so make sure to select the chemistry style that the player is on when you're checking out what their stats would look like with a certain chem style on, so I got a little bit lost for words there. But he will be on 3 out of 3 chem points, so we will make sure to select 3 out of 3 chemistry points. If you've got a player, for example, Mwepu, Kulusevski, and Pulisic are all on 2 out of 3, so we'll select that one. But as I said, Dennis is on 3 out of 3. Now, as you can see down here, we can see all of these different chemistry styles, and what our job is to do is to try and make the striker rating as high as possible. Now, with the basic applied already, this is how he'd play in game already, right? With the basic, he'd be a 79 rated striker. So let's go through some of the attacking chemistry styles and see if we can beat that. A sniper keeps him at a 79, a finisher, there we go, a finisher bumps him up 3 in-game ratings, a deadeye puts him to an 81, a marksman's an 81, looks like everything else is the same. I would avoid using shadows and hunters because they are quite expensive, so it looks like a finisher is the best thing to do here. Obviously with a basic, he's a 79, with a finisher, he's an 82 rated, he goes to 92 finishing, 90 shot power, he also goes to 98 agility, 84 balance, 91 in-game dribbling, dribbling. So make sure to get some chemistry styles on your players. Now, to check the chemistry styles in your club, all you have to do, and if you guys obviously bar a concept for me, therefore I cannot give you an example for them, but what you want to do is after you buy them, you can simply, let's use him as an example, apply a recommended chem style, which sometimes the recommended ones aren't the best, but just go over to your chemistry styles and you'll see all of your chemistry styles, right? Once this is a goalkeeper, it's only showing our goalkeeper ones. Let's use a player on the bench, for example. Let's say Cristiano Ronaldo. You'd go apply consumable, go over to chemistry styles, which I've got 130 of. Try avoid using your special ones because, as I said, they're quite rare. But for example, I've got lots of finishers I could chuck onto Dennis. If you guys do not have a finisher, you could use a Deadeye, Marksman. As I say, any chemistry style is most likely better than no chemistry style, so make sure to make use of them. Now that leads us on to tip number 3, the final tip of the day, and debatably the most important tip. Now lots of you guys will be aware of the golden goal rule. Now, the golden goal rule is an unspoken community rule for some FIFA online objectives that speed up the process by at least 60 to 70% of the time. Basically, whoever scores first, the other person will back out. So whoever concedes first, that person will go ahead and back out. Now, not everyone will be doing this, but this is a game mode where you will be able to do that. Some people will want to try and stay and get the crosses, which if they do, fair enough. It is not a requirement, you do not have to do golden goal in this game mode, but if you do want to do it personally, what I would do is go to your squad selector, go ahead and press square if you are on PlayStation, X on Xbox, and simply rename your team golden goal. Because I believe when you load into the game this year, you do not see their team, but when it displays their team, I believe it will say above their team name what their name is, right? If it does not display your opponent's team name, then obviously they won't see it. Therefore, what you could do, you could just hope they do golden goal, or you could maybe chuck them a message and say golden goal question mark, right? And if they say yes, then fine. If they say no, then that's also fine. But if you do find the more people doing golden goal, it will speed up massively. Because obviously each full game is 6 minutes a half, so 12 minutes, maybe plus loading into the game, the half-time breaks, but a couple minutes ahead of time, it'll probably end up being around 15 minutes a game. Whereas with golden goal, if you concede, go 1-0 down in the first 5 minutes, you can then quit, back out, go into another game, then you might win that next game, maybe 7 minutes in, you'll score the first goal, and boom. That's like, what, 4 or 5 minutes it took you, and you're already at 1 win, which is what you would have got if you were to stay a full 15 minutes, and then you'd still have to win that game, mind you. So golden goal, in my opinion, is a very, very good tip. Do not get mad if your opponents don't do golden goal. Once again, lads, it's not that deep. Just have some fun. It is game week 1 or match week 1 of FIFA 23. Oh, I keep saying match week. It's week 1 of FIFA 23, so there definitely will be quite a few people not doing golden goal or wanting to actually play the game. Once again, that's completely fair enough. Golden goal is all optional, but it will speed it up. Hopefully this video did help you guys out. If it did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Any unanswered questions, make sure to let me know. As always, for the overview, we've got score using Premier League players, your right wing, striker, left wing, and all of your centre mids are Premier League. Assist 2 goals with crosses using Premier Leagues. This can be with anyone, but the best chance would come from either your right wing or left wing, being Kulusevski or Pulisic if you copied my squad. Score 5 finesse goals. I obviously showed you guys how to do that. This can be with anyone, almost just vomited. This can be with absolutely anyone, but most likely it would be with one of your attackers. And then obviously win 6 matches. Make sure to do golden goal if you want. Make sure to put chemistry styles on your players, and make sure to make use of that max 1 lone player rule, because you could have a pretty nice lone player to use, right? Much love, boys. I'll see you in the next one.